Okay, so I just discovered something. I mean, maybe I just was falling asleep in Bacon Nested all these years, most likely. But the seventh aliyah, according to my source that I'm reading, which is on Chabad.org, the seventh aliyah is actually the from Beresheit. So the sixth aliyah, when we got to the end of sixth aliyah, that was it. That really was the end of Vezot Hab'rachah. And the sixth and seventh aliyah are actually normally what happens is you read seven aliyahs from the book from the parsha, and then you have what's called maftir, which is like a repetition of the last few verses of that parsha. Then in Mincha on Shabbat, you read you get aliyahs, three aliyahs for the next week. So, for example, Shabbat Vezot Hab'rachah, you're supposed to have seven aliyahs, and then the seventh, the eighth, the maftir aliyah is the last few bracha, last few lines of that parsha, and then later in the afternoon when you get to Beit Knesset for Mincha, you read from Beresheit. Okay, and then that whole week is Beresheit, and then Noach, and then blah blah blah, and then it continues. Like the Torah goes, this is how we do it in Judaism. Is maftir is usually not always, but usually a repetition of the last few verses of the parsha that you read at that Shabbat. And again, there's seven aliyahs every Shabbat, and really with maftir there's eight. People get called up, and then Milcha is a preview of the parsha that you're going to read on Monday and Thursday, and then Shabbat. So Thursdays in Judaism, Sheni and Chamishi in Judaism, you get three aliyahs, unless it happens to be a Yom Tov. But when it's not a Yom Tov, I guess there are a lot of exceptions in Judaism. And then there's special readings for Hanukkah, and there's special readings for Purim, which are not mentioned in the Torah. These are additional readings that we do on these special occasions. Hanukkah and Purim, we have special readings. And during the Yom Tovim that are 7 days, such as Pesach and Sukkot, we have special readings during those weeks, those 7 days. But anyhow, I wasn't prepared to do Beresheit, a whole video on Beresheit. So I'm actually going to stop this video because Beresheit deserves, I don't know, endless hours of videos, which I won't do. And I just want to, before I end this, I do want to mention that I just to self-promote myself, to toot my own horn, I did write a 95-page book just on Beresheit, not even on Parshas Noah, just on the Parsha of Beresheit. Just on the Parsha of Beresheit. I myself, who am not a scholar and not a rabbi, just a regular guy who managed to work up to 95 pages on material and thoughts. And that was way back in like 1997, 1998, 1999, 2000, those years. 97 to the year 2000, I started writing my ideas on Beresheit, just the Parsha of Beresheit, not the whole book of Beresheit. Wow. So, I mean, and it goes, I mean, there's just so much to say about every parsha, but like I've been trying to keep these videos, a little bit limited. I've had to really think about what I want to do about Beresheit, since it's hard to keep the video short. All right, so that ends that, and to be continued.